Okay, time for Gummy Bears. Gummy Bears. Before we get started, I will say I had a really hard time finding like an actual Valentine's Day themed
Okay.
story. So like I had one which I was telling you beforehand where like this woman, she was a widow and then she got remarried and she hated Valentine's Day because of her ex-husband or her not ex-husband, her deceased husband. And then the guy, he got her flowers and she flipped out, not flipped out, she had a panic attack
Yeah.
and then he's like, "You will you ever love me?" And then she wouldn't respond and she was packing up her bag. Basically found the ring of her ex-husband and beat it down with a hammer.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, that's bad.
That's just a weird.
And then there was another one where like this husband, he got his wife all these flowers because she wasn't there, and then his in-laws and her sisters were so ticked off because they put their husbands down because they couldn't afford things. But you can do other things. I know. They were just like ones that we would just be like, "What the F?"
So
Or
petty.
or another one, this guy took this girl out for dinner on Valentine's Day and he broke up with her because he didn't like how much she ate.
What?
Yeah. So there were some crazy ones with Valentine's
What's funny
Day.
is most of the time though, like you don't eat and they want you to eat. Like the guy
Mhm.
wants you to eat. That
Yeah.
can be normal.
So, like, those were just so petty that I was just like, I felt like those would be one and done. So I found an interesting story. I felt like we might come to the same conclusion, but this was just drama packed, drama packed. Okay.
Okay.
Am I the a-hole for breaking up with my fiance and marrying another?
Ooh.
Mark is my old friend. We attended the same high school and were friends for 8 years before I married my first husband. He had many opportunities to approach me and take our friendship to an upper emotional level prior to my relationship and marriage with my first husband, but he never said anything. When my first husband and I decided to get married, I asked Mark to be my witness in the country where we all live. So I think they are international, but
Okay.
in the country where we all live, two witnesses are necessary for a marriage, and these witnesses are something like man of honor or maid of honor in Western cultures. But they are by no means sacred people, which is relevant for the story. Mark said nothing and agreed to be my witness. We continued being friends throughout my marriage. He never liked my first husband, but I had never thought of jealousy being the reason for that. Mark is quite a conservative person, and he strongly disliked the fact that my first husband consumed alcohol every now and then. So I thought it was the reason why he disliked my first husband. 2 years after the wedding, I gave birth to my daughter. 3 years after her birth, my first husband had an affair. But not just an affair, but an actual relationship with another woman.
Hmm.
He came clean and said to me, to his parents, to my parents, and to all our friends that he wanted to be with another woman. So we divorced amicably within 48 hours, and that was it. Oh, yeah, this must be a different country. I'm wondering now, like this is the second time I'm reading this. I'll save my opinions for later, but I think I might know the region it's from. But I was pretty upset and shattered by my husband's infidelity. My self-esteem was virtually non-existent. At the time of the divorce, I was 29 and Mark was 31. On my 30th birthday, I was quite depressed. I didn't want to celebrate it. I didn't invite anybody. Mark called me to ask how I was, so we talked for hours that evening and all through the night. He was kind and supportive and trying to encourage me. At one point, he said that he was jealous of my ex husband. He did not deserve you. I was so furious when you decided to marry him.
Hmm.
I was way too depressed that day to ask him why he hadn't said anything at the time. I sobbed, cried, vented, and eventually went to bed. Next few months, Mark regularly visited me, called me, so we had long conversations. He really helped me out of my depression. But along the way, he confessed his feelings for me, and 6 months later, we slept together and started a relationship. However, from day one, he insisted that we keep our relationship secret.
Hmm.
That's a little odd to me.
That's very, very bad.
Yeah, secrets are bad, bad,
Yeah.
bad.
Okay.
And then here's his reason why. I was your wedding witness. You are barely 1 year divorced. People might think that you pushed your ex husband away from me. We both know that that is not the case, but people don't. I agreed because I was still struggling with my depression and low self esteem. He was a good friend, always there for me, and very nice to my daughter, who was 4 at the time. However, 2 years into our secret relationship, I told him that it was no longer necessary to keep our relationship a secret. Yeah, freaking 2 years?
Yeah. Wow.
But then he came up with all these
Yeah.
excuses.
No. 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 No.
Mm-mm.
Mm-mm.
I've never been married and you are a divorcee. My parents would not accept
A
you.
liar.
But I will always be divorced, I said. But you will always have a child from the first marriage. And she's like, I will always have a child.
Mm-hmm.
I know, but I think we should wait. I must prepare my parents and find a way to tell
Mm-mm.
them we are together so that they can accept you.
Mm-mm.
I was hurt by this. I even asked him if he was ashamed of me. He denied. I also asked him why he hadn't told me he had feelings for me before I got married to my first husband. He said that he was too scared.
Oh my God, what a joke.
He sounds like a baby.
Sounds like a, sorry,
You want to say it?
baby.
Or do you have another word?
No, it's okay.
So I decided to give him some time to figure things out. A few months later, while our relationship was still secret, he gave me a ring and told me we were engaged. Again, in secret. I was not to tell anyone about it, not even my parents.
My God, he's like a polygamist or something. Let's find out, little weirdo.
I don't know. I told him that engagement should not be kept secret. This wasn't how we do things in our culture.
No.
No. Please understand me. I don't want to lose you, and I still don't know how to tell my parents. You know what this makes me think of?
How old is he, anyways, that he has to tell his parents?
He's 31.
I know. Give me a break.
You know what this makes me think of? The 90 Day Fiance with Schmidt and
Oh,
the
God.
60-year-old lady.
He was really just yanking her chain bad.
They are married now, though.
Oh, they are?
Yeah.
Ooh. Is he the one that sang that song?
No, that was.
Oh, no, Schmidt. Oh, Schmidt and the older lady. I was
Yeah.
thinking of the one. He's the
Husband-
rapper.
Husband,
Yeah,
baby
yeah.
love.
Baby love.
I feel like they are like in an Eastern culture,
Okay.
either Middle Eastern or.
But he's not from her culture because she's saying this is not how it is in my culture.
No, but she's telling us that. So
I see. Okay.
Yeah, so I think she's either from they're in the Middle East region
Okay.
or maybe India, because I don't know their rules about drinking, but Muslims don't like it if you drink.
Okay.
So he's like, yeah, please understand me. I don't want to lose you, and I still don't know how to tell my parents. And because culturally back
Okay, I can
over
see that
there, they wouldn't accept you to
Mhm.
be, I guess because she was divorced, which that seems very more Muslim than Hindu
Okay.
to me. But I could be wrong. You can correct me in the comments, people.
Yeah.
I was angry, I admit, but I decided to be patient. 6 months after our secret engagement, he proposed marriage, but only church marriage. Oh, church. Huh. And again, nobody may know. Not his parents, not my parents, not our friends, nobody. It was already 4 years after my divorce, 3 years into our relationship. I told him that such a marriage was out of the question. I even asked him, and when we have our child together, would you also insist to maintain secrecy and never to reveal who the father is? He got upset and even angry. You don't understand! Should I burn all the bridges between me and my parents? They will not accept you. This is the only way.
He's crazy. And if she goes through with this, oh no.
Thank God, she said, I declined his marriage proposal. I gave him an ultimatum. I will marry you when you tell your parents about us and when our relationship is no longer secret. For the next 3 months, we barely spoke.
Of course.
Yeah. Then I got a job abroad. I really needed that job, so I called him and told him that I was going with my daughter to another country and that my employment contract has a term of 3 years. He didn't like it, but there was nothing he can do about it. I needed this job. I was a single mother. My ex-husband and his new wife were both arrested and facing imprisonment,
Oh.
and I was the sole provider for me and my child. So I told Mark, I will go abroad. We are no longer together. I hope you will meet a nice single girl who will be eagerly accepted by your parents. And I really meant it.
Okay.
He was furious, but I didn't care anymore. I prioritized my daughter, so I left. How could you be in a secret relationship for that long?
I was thinking the same thing. I was imagining like all that time. She said she was with him for 3 years.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's weird to me. But she just wanted him to pat her back, give her love, but that, oh God,
Is it because you think they knew each other for so long? Like that?
maybe. It's
Or maybe
just-
he was a really good
it's just
schmoozer
different. Probably a good schmoozer.
and she wanted to be with a man.
Mhm.
But I think she could have done better than that guy.
I do too.
Well, we're going to find out. 2 years later, into that country, I met a guy who immediately wanted a serious relationship with me. We were together for 6 months when he proposed to me. Which that is
She
fast.
needs to relax.
I know. Good
God,
God.
what is her problem?
He flew to my country to meet my parents, to see my hometown, to get to know my culture better. Oh, so she must have.
I don't know.
I don't know. This seems that's 90 Day Fiance right there, but they're probably not in the US. So I don't know what their visa process is. He even told me, we can live in my country if you want. I can arrange for the residence permit or we can move to your country and live there if you are more comfortable with that. He's a programmer, so we can work remotely anywhere in the world. So we agreed to move to my country and live there. But the story with Mark doesn't end.
Oh God. I just want to see what Mark looks like.
I know.
Picture this little short, pudgy little Indian man.
Actually, it could be the Dominican Republic
Sorry. Oh.
because they have a 24-hour divorce thing in that country.
Okay.
Oh,
Because I was looking
you.
at because they got divorced in 48 hours. I'm not
Oh.
sure though. It could be Dominican Republic.
Okay.
Oh, so we're adding Latin cultures. But I guess if he's Latin, I could think of a really sexy Latin man, and that's why she can't.
That's why she liked him so much.
How could you be with someone for 3 years if they were ugly?
Yes, yeah, maybe. I don't know.
Well, never. I shouldn't say that because I've known people who settled for people who are ugly.
Okay, let's move on. That's so bad.
It's not anybody I worked with.
I kept thinking, everybody out there's like, is it me? Is it me?
And I wouldn't say ugly, but the other person was just so much prettier than that person.
Okay.
And they didn't end up together in the end either. So it just. So it's not a bad thing. So I'm assuming that this Mark guy is good looking, or she is just really insecure.
Okay.
Or maybe she is insecure because her husband cheated on her.
Yeah.
I don't know.
But
Okay.
he's going to prison now, so
That's why this sounds like an
this
international.
is a good one.
But the story with Mark doesn't end there. When he heard that I got married and that my husband will move with me, my daughter to my hometown, he said to everyone, including my parents, that I betrayed him, that we were engaged to be married, and that I cheated on him.
Oh my God, what a jerk.
My parents know the whole story, but all our friends are not familiar with it. And they all tell me that I'm an a-hole for betraying Mark.
Okay, Mark, you are a mass manipulator.
He is bad. That's where it makes me think of that Schmidt guy, because that guy, he catfished that older lady, but then she fell in love with him, and then they had to show his real face because he catfished her as a really good Indian guy.
I remember those two.
And then, it's a few years ago because the Scoop and I were obsessed. And,
Yeah.
and then they showed. You know what? I'm gonna look. If I have it, I'm gonna play the old Snapchat or video that me and her had with the Schmidt guy because
Oh
it was
God,
so
stop
funny.
it.
In the listening audience, you'll probably hear audio, but you'll be best to look at it. Okay.
Yeah.
Getting real feelings for me, and he could tell that I was getting real feelings for him. He confessed to me that he was actually Sumit from India.
My parents know the whole story, but all of our friends are not familiar with it. Oh, yeah. And they all tell me that I'm the a-hole for betraying Mark. My new husband is a really great guy, and he trusts me. I told him everything. He said that I was stupid to even accept it to be in a secret relationship, and that Mark was a manipulative a-hole, but my husband loves me and could be subjective. My parents are also on my side, but they could also be subjective. I just can't believe she's really
She is.
Questioning
you, girl,
us.
you need help right now.
But everyone else, they all believe Mark, and nobody wants to know my part of the story. Oh, yeah, this isn't
They're not friends then.
No. And they're not in a good culture.
No,
they're
not.
believing.
They're not your friends.
No. They never even knew that we were in a relationship for 3 years. But for some reason, they all believe Mark and shun me. I really think I'm not an a-hole. I explicitly broke up with Mark prior to going abroad. I even gave him the ring back. Am I the a-hole?
No.
No.
Mark is a freak. He could have had 2 other women on the side too. How do you know what he was doing?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, why do they believe him? Maybe he just has some of those on his side too.
I know. I'm trying to see what the vote was.
Let's see what the vote was.
I know. Everyone's saying not the a-hole, not the a-hole.
Mark's weird. No, he is, because now he wants it out in the open and he's telling everybody, but I bet you he's not telling his parents.
No, I bet you he's not.
He's just telling the friends.
And told her
Or
parents.
he's probably,
obviously they're
he's
not her
probably telling his
friends.
parents, but they're turning it around like, oh, she wanted to have a
Yeah.
secret relationship. I
Well, that-
didn't want that. I wanted to tell you guys.
Yep.
No, he's a manipulator.
Yep. Oh, I like your take.
Great take, Scoop. Mark.
Mark. Man, I want to know what country it was.
I don't know.
So nosy.
I'm still thinking it's somewhere where women aren't as respected as much. She seems
But can you get a divorce in 48 hours in India?
know.
See, I don't know about that.
And there are Muslim countries, maybe the man, I don't know.
Or maybe if he cheats, you can get one quick.
And he wanted to be with the other woman to marry, so. And then, I don't know. But there's also the risk I've noticed with these Reddit things is some of them are AI. I hope this was.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I've run the risk of finding these, and then, like, there's such a juicy story. This doesn't seem AI to me. I hope it's not.
That's so messed up.
I don't think it is. AI is weird. AI is not going to have like a nice conclusive story.
That's true.
Yeah.
AI is going to it's going to be all over the place with AI.
True. So, she is not the a-hole. Get over Mark.
No.
Screw
I will
your
say
friends.
she is.
Screw your friends. Get rid of your friends. They're
I
bad
will
friends.
say she was dumb though.
Yeah.
To spend that much time Like while he's just stringing her along.
We're stringing her and stringing her.
Run,
and stringing
run,
her.
run, baby, as
Don't be
fast
with
as you
the-
can.
Nope, nope, nope. And if you have any stories you'd like to share with us, or you have comments about our takes on voter fraud, Span Burger, Valentine's Day, or the Super Bowl, how can they get a hold of us?
You can text us at 757-756-7487 or email us connect at the KNOWBUDDIES757.com.
Want to be in the know?
Subscribe to our YouTube channel.
Listen to us on all podcast platforms.
Follow us on all our socials.
Visit our website, thenobody757.com. I'm Kashmir.
I'm Jackie.
And we are
The Nobodies 757.